Have you ever imagined discovering a secret that will change your life forever?
This is the story of Katerina, an elderly lady whose life took a surprising turn after being abandoned by her children. Stay with us until the end because the twist will leave you speechless. Before we start, subscribe to our channel and activate the bell so you don't miss other incredible stories like this. Katerina, a 75-year-old lady, lived in a quiet Italian suburb. She was known for her kindness and her garden full of vibrant flowers. However, behind those joyful colors, a profound loneliness was hidden. His children, Antonio and Lucia, had moved away years ago, and their visits had become rare until they stopped completely. One day, while he was staring at his family portrait, the phone rang. "Mom, it's me, Antonio," said a voice on the other end of the line. Katerina felt her heart fill with joy. "Oh, Antonio, it's been a long time since I heard your voice. I missed you," Maria replied. "We're thinking of coming to visit you and maybe moving you in with us in Rome," Antonio added. Katerina, hopeful, decided to sell the house and move in with her children. But upon her arrival, Katerina discovered with shock that she would not be welcomed into their home, but into a retirement home. "We can't keep you with us, but you'll be safe here," Antonio told her. Feeling betrayed, Katerina found herself alone in an unknown place. However, fate had a new twist in store for her. Across the street, Katerina noticed an old house for sale. She had earned a lot of money by selling her old apartment, so she decided to buy it with her hidden savings. When she shared the news with her children, they laughed, doubting her ability to care for an old, empty house. But Katerina was determined. "I'm stronger than you think," he said, and began to work on transforming the old house. Shortly after moving, he met his neighbors, a young couple with 4-year-old twins. Martha and Paul offered to help her with the necessary repairs. "This house needs some love," Marta said. Thus a new friendship was born. In the following months, with the help of Marta, Paolo, and their adorable twins, Katerina transformed the old house into a welcoming and lively home. The old house began to come to life. The walls received new colors. The garden flourished, and the once lonely house was now full of laughter and conversation. Antonio and Lucia, observing from afar, could not believe the transformation. They didn't expect Katerina to be capable of such a feat. But their amazement soon turned to anger and resentment. During a visit, Antonio said in a voice full of false joy, "Mom, you really surprised us." Lucia added, "Yes, you showed us how independent you are." But Katerina, happy with her new life, simply smiled and thanked them, unaware of the storm that was coming. One day, while exploring the house, Katerina discovered a locked trunk in the basement. It was a damp, dark place, full of old boxes and dusty furniture. Katerina, armed with a torch, decided to venture into that part of the house she had never explored before. With each step, the floor creaked beneath his feet, increasing his curiosity and a little fear. When she reached the bottom of the stairs, she noticed the large, dust-covered trunk in the corner. Who knows what's inside? Katerina wondered. He decided to open it. After searching throughout the house, he finally found an old key that seemed to fit the lock. With shaking hands, he inserted the key and turned. The trunk opened with a creak, and Katerina gasped. Inside was an impressive collection of jewels and gold. Each piece was brighter than the previous one. Katerina was shocked, struggling to believe the good fortune she had discovered in her home. He decided to keep the discovery secret, confiding only in his lawyer, who advised her to keep her valuables safe until she decided what to do with them. He thought long and hard about what to do with that fortune, but he realized that the true value was in the friendship and love he had found with his neighbors and their children. At this point, I would like to know what you think. How would you have reacted if you were in Katerina's shoes? Write it in the comments. We are curious to know your opinions. As the years passed, Katerina became an integral part of Marta and Paolo's family. The twins Cecilia and Raffaele considered her like a grandmother, and her life was full of joy. However, Catherine's health began to decline. She refused to be defeated, always finding joy in the little things. "You have to take care of yourself," Marta told her. "I'm surrounded by people I love, and that's all that matters," Maria replied. Meanwhile, Antonio and Lucia, convinced that their mother was hiding a fortune, made plans to ensure that it ended up in their hands. But on a cold winter night, Caterina made a decision that would change everything. He called his lawyer and planned his will. Maria's health continued to deteriorate. One day, Antonio and Lucia came to visit her and noticed her mother's fragility. "He should be in the hospital," Antonio said. "No, this is my home, and this is where I want to spend my last days," Caterina replied. That was the last time he saw his children. The end came softly for Catherine on a cold winter morning. Marta held her hand as she took her last breath. The loss was felt by everyone in the neighborhood. "I promised to take care of everything," Marta murmured. At the funeral, Caterina's lawyer Ricardo delivered sealed envelopes to Marta, Paolo, Antonio, and Lucia. The following week, Caterina's last wishes would be read. In the following days, Marta and Paolo remembered Caterina fondly and wondered what the envelopes contained. If this story is moving you, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and support us with a super thank you. At the reading of the will, Ricardo announced that half of Caterina's fortune, accumulated in jewels and gold, would go to Marta and Paolo, and the other half to the retirement home. Antonio and Lucia were shocked. "I wish you to find happiness," Caterina wrote in her last message. Money is not the source of joy. True joy comes from the people we love and how we treat others. Antonio and Lucia attempted to contest the will, but the judge confirmed that Maria was fully aware of her actions. In the end, Antonio and Lucia gave up, while Marta and Paolo used their fortune to establish scholarships for disadvantaged children. Catherine's story is a powerful reminder that true wealth does not come from material possessions, but from love and kindness. His memory lives on in the hearts of those he touched with his generosity, and so his story will continue to inspire future generations. Thanks for joining us. See you in the next video.